with a look at the foggy conditions. So we do have reduced visibility because we actually do have a dense fog advisory that's in effect until about 10 o'clock this morning for Howard County. And you can see the darker gray coloring. That's where we're dealing with some dense fog, some patchy dense fog. We can see this around Catonsville, around Elk Ridge this morning, and we zoom in a little bit closer and we can see this around Lansdowne, around Pumphrey, around Lithicum this morning. If you do have airport travel plans, you might want to call ahead. You might be a little bit on the delayed side because we do have some dense fog out there. Thurmont, another area dealing with some dense fog this morning around Kriegerstown as well. And then we hop over the bay, head over towards the eastern shore, and we can see it around Centerville, Roosburg, even around Greensboro this morning. And we slide a little bit further off to the south around Denton, Cordova, also getting in on some patchy dense fog. In terms of temperatures this morning, these numbers are in the mid 60s, upper 60s, but so are the dew points. And that's the reason why we are dealing with that fog out there this morning. All right, let's talk about the tropics because once again, we're dealing with some tropical trouble. We've been focusing so much on Florence, and we're going to continue to do so, that we really just do have an active Atlantic basin. This is not the only hurricane in town. As we continue to watch Hurricane Florence, Category 4, it's a strong hurricane. As you know, the hurricane goes up to 1 to 5, the Saffir-Simpson scale, 1 to 5. This is a 4, and this could possibly get to a 5 as we move through the next several days. We'll see how that works, but you know what? It doesn't even matter because a Category 4, a very strong hurricane. Right now, those winds sustained at about 140 miles an hour. So here we go. We can see what's going on. This will continue to work its way, and it could be making landfall as a Category 4 hurricane. That is not out of the question at this point, but the bottom line is if it's a Category 4, Category 3, a major hurricane, it is going to be strong. This is a very big hurricane that we're dealing with at this point, and it is going to continue on that track. Landfall along the Carolina coast. Already we do have some alerts up. So we're dealing with a storm surge watch, and this goes until Friday. You can see the areas here shaded in the pink coloring or outlined in the pink coloring. That's that storm surge watch again until your Friday morning. And then also we do have hurricane watches up. You can see these areas here in the red coloring again along the Carolina coast at this point. So things are definitely going to get dicey across the area. Now we go in a little bit closer and you can see the effects that it's going to have for us. This thing is going to move inland, slow down, but it's not going to go anywhere. What we have, of course, in the Atlantic, we do have a ridge of high pressure building, but on land, we're going to have another ridge of high pressure that's going to build just to the north of this, and that's why it's going to stall, and that's why we are going to be impacted by this system. Whether we get a lot of rain, a little rain, is still going to cause some problems, and at this point can't give you any totals because I don't know the exact track at this point. But again, keep it tuned because the wind, the rain, going to be a problem for Maryland. Now let's get to check that traffic with Lauren.
Thanks, Lynette. Several